You wake up in a world where shadows move faster than light, where the weight of unseen battles press down on your chest before you even rise from bed. You feel it, don't you? That pull in your soul. That whisper that says your life was never meant to be ordinary. Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a cliff, the wind screaming in your ears, and a voice, your true voice, rises above the noise. It tells you that you are not broken. You are becoming. And that this path, as impossible as it seems, will lead you to manifest the kind of strength and protection that no blade can pierce, no darkness can undo, and no fear can silence. That's the journey we're going on today, not just a spiritual story, but a transformation you can feel in your bones. Now let's get real. We live in a time where chaos has become the norm. The world tries to numb you, distract you, dilute you. But what if I told you that every distraction is actually a test of your spiritual radar? That every disappointment is a disguised invitation to rise? The first step to manifesting strength, protection, and light is to accept the war you are already in. Not a war fought with fists or weapons, but with will, focus, and energy. If you don't choose to become a warrior, you will still be in the war, just unarmed, untrained, and unaware. So I ask you this: what is the cost of staying asleep when your soul is begging you to awaken? Strength isn't the absence of weakness. It's the relentless return to power after you've fallen to your knees. Real power begins when you stop pretending that you have to do this alone. Look at nature. Does a tree stand tall without the roots beneath the soil? Does the sun shine without the gravity of the universe holding it in place? You, too, are part of that divine ecosystem. You were never meant to carry your pain in silence. Let your scars breathe. Let your voice roar. We're not here to suppress our shadows, but to integrate them. Every wound becomes a window when you stop hiding it.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound insights.
Protection doesn't come from walls. It comes from energy. There's a shield you can build around you that no bullet, no insult, no toxic person can penetrate. But it doesn't come through fear. It comes through alignment. Every time you say yes to what strengthens you and no to what drains you, your aura fortifies. Your boundaries become sacred temples. Every breath you take with intention becomes a spiritual sword. And when your spirit is armed, you no longer beg the world for safety, you radiate it. So ask yourself, what are you allowing into your field that is robbing you of your divine armor? Now let us talk about light, not the soft light of candles, but the blinding, electric, ancient light that lives inside your very cells. The light that existed before language, before time, before trauma. That light is not a metaphor, it is literal, electromagnetic, atomic. And when you tap into it, you don't just glow, you transmit. The world begins to shift around you. People feel your presence before you speak. You become a mirror for truth, and everything false begins to fall away. But here's the catch: light requires fuel. And that fuel is truth, discipline, silence, and service. You cannot fake your way to radiance. You earn it through devotion. How often do you sit in silence not to escape the noise, but to become the eye of the storm? Meditation is not a retreat, it's a training ground. Every time you sit in stillness, you are sharpening your sword. You're not just calming your mind, you're summoning your ancestors, aligning your chakras, syncing with the ancient rhythms of Earth and cosmos. You are remembering who you are beneath the noise. And in those moments, you begin to feel the hum of the universe inside your chest. That is not imagination. That is remembrance. Who were you before the world told you who to be? You must learn to walk between worlds, the physical and the spiritual, the known and the unknown, the visible and the invisible. A true warrior does not reject the unseen, they master it. They learn to read energy like a language. They know when a room is off before a word is spoken. They sense when someone lies, even beneath a smile. And they trust that intuition because they've trained it. You must become fluent in your own soul. Because when you do, you stop being manipulated. You stop being prey. You start becoming the storm. And now, I want you to imagine a moment, just one where you were at your lowest. Can you see it? Feel it? Hold it without flinching? Now realize this, even then you didn't break. You bent, you burned, but you didn't break. That means something. That's proof of your strength. That's the evidence of your chosenness. The world may have tried to convince you that your pain was weakness, but what if it was initiation? What if that moment you thought was your end was actually your anointing? What if every tear was a baptism? Your voice has power. Your breath is the drumbeat of your destiny. Every time you speak life into yourself, you are casting spells of elevation. But how often do we use our voice to curse ourselves? I'm not enough. I'll never make it. These are not just thoughts, they are rituals. And we must reverse them. Start declaring your truth. Even if your voice shakes, say, I am protected. Say, I am chosen. Say, I carry the light of 1,000 suns. Don't wait to believe it. Say it until the world has no choice but to reflect it back to you. Let's talk about fear. Fear is not your enemy. It is your compass. Whatever you fear most is often the gate to your next evolution. The fear of speaking up. It's where your power lies. The fear of being alone. It's where your wholeness is born. The fear of failing. It's where your genius is hiding. Stop running from fear. Walk straight into it, eyes wide open, heart unarmored. Because when you do, you discover something shocking. The fear was never real. It was only the illusion standing between you and your expansion. You must be willing to lose everything that is not aligned with your highest self. That includes people, habits, jobs, identities. You cannot take dead weight into your destiny. A warrior must travel light. That doesn't mean you don't love, it means you love without attachment. You serve without expectation. You let go without bitterness. And in doing so, you become unshakable. Because your roots are no longer in the external, they've grown deep into the infinite. Start creating rituals. Not routines, rituals. Every shower becomes a cleansing. Every meal becomes a gratitude ceremony. Every sunrise becomes a resurrection. This is how we rewire the mundane into the miraculous. This is how we train our mind to see the divine not just on mountaintops, but in traffic, in heartbreak, in the silence of 3 a.m. You don't need more time, you need more presence, because the miracles are already here. You just haven't been trained to see them. Be honest with yourself. What are you still pretending not to know? That question alone can shatter illusions. We often stay in confusion because clarity demands courage. It demands action, and action threatens comfort. But comfort is the cage. Choose clarity, even if it breaks you, even if it burns. Because what emerges from that fire is not the old you, it is the warrior you were born to become. You must learn to bless your enemies, not out of weakness, but out of sovereignty. When you can bless those who hurt you, you reclaim your power. You are no longer reactive, you are alchemic. You turn betrayal into wisdom, hatred into fuel, pain into poetry. That is the mark of a chosen one. Not perfection, but transmutation. You don't avoid suffering, you sanctify it. There's a reason you've always felt different. A reason you couldn't fully conform. A reason you see things others miss. It's because you were never meant to be like them. You were chosen not for comfort, but for awakening. And awakening is messy, brutal, beautiful. But it's the only path that leads to freedom. So if you've ever wondered why it's been so hard, it's because the universe has been preparing you for something massive. And that something is now. Every breath you take from this moment forward is an opportunity to embody the warrior. Not just in thought, but in action. In how you walk into a room, in how you hold eye contact, in how you sit with yourself when no one is watching. That is where it begins, in the unseen. Because spiritual strength doesn't shout. It hums. It vibrates. It is. And when you connect to it, you don't need to announce your power. The world simply responds to it. You must understand this. Your journey is not random. Every trial, every heartbreak, every delay has been part of your initiation. The universe has been sculpting you in silence, in darkness, in discomfort. Because only when the ego is stripped bare can the soul rise in its full illumination. You weren't meant to live a small life. You were meant to remember who you are and become the living manifestation of strength, protection, and divine light in human form. But to do that, you have to stop negotiating with your destiny. There's no more room for hesitation now. You've been trained by fire, whether you realize it or not. Every betrayal was sharpening your discernment. Every loss was widening your capacity for compassion. Every night you cried alone was calibrating your soul to the frequency of divine resilience. And now, the question is not whether you're ready, the question is whether you will accept the responsibility of your calling. Because the chosen path doesn't come with applause. It comes with silence, solitude, and the sacred weight of purpose. But oh, how glorious the reward when you choose to walk it anyway. That strength you seek is already inside you, it's just been buried under layers of programming. Society taught you to be polite instead of powerful, to be silent instead of sovereign, to be afraid instead of fierce. But now, it's time to unlearn all of that. It's time to go back to your original self, the version of you that existed before shame, before fear, before the world told you who to be. And how do you do that? By making a sacred vow to yourself that from this moment on, you will no longer abandon yourself. Protection is not about hiding from the world. It's about becoming so aligned, so centered, so deeply rooted in your truth that nothing can pull you off balance. Not opinions, not chaos, not even your own doubts. You must learn to build energetic armor daily. Start with your breath. Breathe in with intention. Exhale with awareness. Visualize light spiraling around you, sealing you in divine protection. Speak your protection into existence daily. Say, I am guarded by forces seen and unseen. Say, I walk with ancestors at my side. Say, nothing not meant for me can touch me. Do you feel the power in those words? And what about light? Light is not just something you emit, it's something you carry through every battlefield. Let me ask you this. What would it look like for you to walk through your darkest season and still choose to radiate? Not fake positivity, not spiritual bypassing, but a grounded, unshakable light that says, even here I shine. Light is not the absence of pain, it's the presence of purpose. It's when you look at your wounds and say, you didn't break me, you built me. And when you embody that, you become untouchable. You must master your energy. Every room you walk into, you either absorb or radiate. And it's time to stop absorbing what was never yours to carry. Cleanse yourself daily, spiritually, energetically. Speak to your energy field. Command it like a sovereign being. Say, I release all energy that does not belong to me. Say, I return all borrowed energy with love, but without attachment. Say, I call back all fragments of my soul across all dimensions, timelines, and realities. This is not fantasy. This is frequency. And when you begin to honor your energy field as sacred, life begins to respond in sacred ways. We are not here to live in fear. We are here to become fearless in our remembering. Fearlessness doesn't mean the absence of fear, it means choosing to act, even when fear is screaming in your ears. It means leaning into the discomfort, stepping into the unknown, trusting that if the universe called you to it, it will carry you through it. And yes, you will be tested, you will be stretched. You will be asked to let go of everything that is not aligned. But in exchange, you will gain access to realms of power, peace, and purpose that most people never even taste. There is a version of you on the other side of this journey that is already watching you, guiding you, sending signs. Don't ignore them. The repeating numbers, the dreams, the gut feelings, the synchronicities. These are not coincidences. These are coordinates. They are the map back to your highest timeline. But you must be present enough to follow the signs. You must slow down enough to hear the whispers. Because the guidance is always there, it's just that most people are too distracted to receive it. Let's talk about silence. In silence, you meet your true self. Not the self you perform, not the self you present, but the raw, wild, unfiltered self. The one who knows, the one who remembers. You must make time for silence not as an escape, but as a communion. Sit with yourself every day, even if just for 5 minutes. Breathe. Listen. Allow. Because in that stillness, the warrior awakens. And once awakened, you will never be the same. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be light. And sometimes, light exposes what others are not ready to see. Don't dim yourself to make others comfortable. Don't shrink to fit into spaces you've outgrown. Don't apologize for the fire in your eyes or the thunder in your voice. You were not made to fit in, you were made to dismantle illusions. And that means standing alone sometimes. But know this, when you stand in your truth, you are never truly alone. The entire universe stands with you. There is a sacred rage inside you. Don't suppress it. Channel it. There is a time for peace, and there is a time for war. And make no mistake, we are in a spiritual war. A war against numbness. A war against apathy. In a war against forgetting. You must wield your rage like a blade carved from purpose. Aim it not at people, but at the systems, the lies, the chains that have tried to keep you small. Use it to fuel your mission. Use it to ignite your soul. You are here to be a disruptor, a breaker of cycles, or a generational warrior. And that means you will face resistance not just from the world, but from within. Your own mind will test you. Your own fears will rise like ghosts. But when they do not run. Face them. Speak to them. Say, I see you. I honor you. But you no longer control me. This is how you reclaim your mind. This is how you become the master of your inner world. Every day you must choose. Choose alignment over approval, purpose over popularity, growth over comfort, truth over convenience. And every time you make that choice, you reinforce your spiritual muscle. This is the daily training of a warrior. Not in grand gestures, but in 1,000 tiny choices that no one sees. But the universe sees, and it rewards those who stay true in the unseen. Let's get practical. Start your day with intention. Before you pick up your phone, pick up your soul. Speak your affirmations out loud. Move your body with reverence. Drink water like it's a sacred elixir. Walk like you're carrying ancient codes. Every action becomes a spell when it's done with presence. This is how you turn ordinary moments into sacred rituals. This is how you become a living temple. And now I ask you, what are you still carrying that's weighing down your wings? Who are you still trying to please at the cost of your peace? What dream have you buried because the world told you it was too much? These are not small questions. They are doorways. Doorways to your liberation. And only you hold the key. You are not broken. You are blooming. You are not lost. You are in the sacred middle. The in-between where the old dissolves and the new has not yet arrived. Don't rush this phase. Honor it, because this is where the alchemy happens. This is where the caterpillar dissolves into mush before becoming the butterfly. This is where you die and are reborn again and again into higher versions of yourself. You see, being chosen is not a title. It's a responsibility. It means you walk with integrity even when no one's watching. It means you lead with love, even when hate surrounds you. It means you keep showing up, keep rising, keep glowing, because the world needs your light more than ever. You are not just healing yourself, you are healing bloodlines. You are not just walking a path, you are carving one for others to follow. And so I leave you with this. Remember who you are. Remember what you came here to do. Remember that inside your DNA are codes of courage, clarity, and cosmic power. You don't need to seek outside, you need to go within. Because everything you've been looking for has been waiting for you to remember. You've come this far, and now the journey must deepen. This is the phase where the fire becomes your friend, where the illusions fall away, and where you truly embody what it means to be chosen. By now, you've felt it stirring inside you, that quiet, undeniable sense that you are here for something greater than survival. You are here to claim your power, to walk as a living force of divine will. And to do that, you must stop asking for permission. No one can authorize your awakening except you. You are not waiting for a sign. You are the sign. Your strength is not just for you. It's for the generations before you who didn't have the tools, the time, or the freedom to heal. It's for the generations after you who will inherit the vibration you leave behind. So when you choose to rise, you're not just shifting your life, you're shifting timelines. That decision to speak up, to walk away, to trust your intuition, to forgive those are not small acts. They are quantum. They ripple across dimensions. Never underestimate the power of one awakened being. Have you ever wondered how many souls are depending on your courage? Protection is not passive. You must guard your gates with the vigilance of a sacred sentinel. What you consume becomes your consciousness. What you allow into your ears, your eyes, your spirit, it all matters. This world is full of noise, and most of it is designed to distract you from your essence. That's why spiritual warriors don't just meditate, they curate. They choose what to watch, what to listen to, who to allow into their energy. They don't just protect their homes, they protect their frequency. Because once your frequency is high enough, nothing low can reach you. It's time to embody your light in action. Words are powerful, but embodiment is the ultimate transmission. You must become the message. Not just talk about strength, walk in strength. Not just speak of peace, radiate peace. Not just read about protection, live protected. This is where the real power lies, in the integration, in the moment you choose to live what you preach. Because when you do, you activate a magnetic field that draws everything you need toward you. Not because you chase it, but because you've become it. Let me ask you something. What would change if you truly believed you were divine? How would you speak? How would you walk into a room? How would you treat your body, your time, your energy? Most people walk through life as if they're powerless. But you were born with the spark of creation itself in your soul. You can speak realities into existence. You can shift the energy of a room with your presence alone. But only if you remember. Only if you stop playing small for the sake of comfort. Comfort is not your destiny. Truth is. The warrior must know rest too. There is a sacred balance between fire and water, between action and stillness. You are not meant to burn out. You are meant to burn on. And that requires inner listening. When your body says rest, rest. When your spirit says move, move. But don't confuse stillness with stagnation. Stillness is active. It's the place where guidance is received, where codes are downloaded, where your next move becomes clear. Never underestimate the power of aligned inaction. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is pause. Your environment is a mirror. If you want to manifest strength, protection, and light, look around. What in your space affirms your power? What in your space drains it? Your room, your digital life, your conversations, your habits. These are all altars. Are they sacred or sloppy? A true warrior keeps their temple clean, not out of control, but out of reverence. Because everything is energy. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So clean your altar, clear your space, and watch your mind follow. You must also unlearn the lie that vulnerability is weakness. Vulnerability is a weapon of light. It pierces through illusion. It breaks chains. When you allow yourself to be seen in your truth, you give others permission to do the same. That's how healing spreads, not through preaching, but through presence. So don't be afraid to say, "I'm scared. I'm healing. I'm still learning." That truth is your shield. That honesty is your sword. Because you are not here to be perfect, you are here to be real. And what about your relationships? A warrior must choose their tribe wisely. Not everyone can walk this path with you. Some people are lessons. Some are blessings. Some are both. But you must learn the difference. Don't keep people around out of nostalgia. Don't dim your light to maintain comfort. If someone cannot hold space for your growth, they are not your tribe. Bless them, release them, and make room for those who see you, who elevate you, who challenge you to rise even higher. Your mission matters. You didn't come here to float through life. You came with codes, with gifts, with medicine, and it's your responsibility to share it. Don't let fear stop you. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start where you are. Speak your truth. Share your story. Heal out loud, because someone is praying for the exact wisdom you carry. And your voice may be the very lifeline their soul is waiting for. The light you carry is ancient. It's not new, it's remembered. Every time you stand in your truth, you reactivate that memory. You become a beacon, a lighthouse, a sacred disruptor in a world that thrives on forgetting. But be warned, the brighter your light, the more shadows it will expose. That is not a sign to dim it, is a sign to rise. Because true light doesn't avoid the dark. It transforms it. Let's talk about manifestation. Most people think it's about thinking positive thoughts. But manifestation is alignment. It's when your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions all vibrate at the same frequency. It's when you live as if it's already done. Because in the quantum, it is already done. You're not trying to get strength. You're returning to the strength that's already yours. You're not begging for protection. You're remembering you are surrounded, guided, and guarded at all times. So stop striving. Start aligning. Do not underestimate the power of gratitude. Gratitude is a cosmic amplifier. When you thank the universe in advance, you collapse time. You tell creation, "I trust, I know, I receive." Don't just be grateful for what you have, be grateful for what is already on its way. Speak it, feel it, celebrate it. This is not delusion, it's divine collaboration. You are co-creating with the entire cosmos, and gratitude is the language of that collaboration. You are not your past. You are the architect of your future. Every choice you make is either reinforcing your old story or writing a new one. Which one are you choosing today? The warrior doesn't live in regret. The warrior lives in now, because the power is always in the present. And from the present, all timelines are available. You can shift everything right now with one new decision, one new belief, one new breath. Let's anchor this in your body. place your hand on your heart. Breathe in deeply. Feel the pulse. That's not just blood. That's purpose. That's power. That's proof that life chose you. Out of billions of possibilities, you were chosen to walk this earth at this time with this mission. Don't waste it. Don't sleep on it. Don't hide from it. Rise into it. Because the world doesn't need more followers. It needs more warriors of light. So what's next? You choose. Will you go back to distraction or will you step into devotion? Will you keep numbing or will you start nourishing? Will you keep waiting or will you begin becoming? The path is open. The call has been made, and the warrior in you already knows the answer. It's time to rise. It's time to lead. It's time to manifest strength, protection, and light not just as a concept, but as a living, breathing reality. Because you are not just one of many. You are one of the few. You are the chosen. And the world has been waiting for you to remember. Now go. Walk with strength. Speak with fire. Radiate with divine light. And may everything you touch become sacred,